All right, let me break it down for you. Life doesn't come with a manual. It's messy, unpredictable, and often by the time we figure things out, we're already looking back at what we should have done differently. But here's the deal, no matter where you are in life, it's never too late to wake up and pay attention. Life's lessons, they don't wait for you. They're happening right now. You see, too many people wait until the years have gone by to realize that time is the most valuable thing they'll ever own. Not money, not status, not even talent time. It slips through your fingers, so stop wasting it waiting for someday. That day may never come. What you do with your time now will echo for the rest of your life. And let's talk about failure for a moment. So many people fear it, avoid it, run from it. But the truth, failure is a teacher. It's where you grow, where you find out what you're made of. You've got to learn to embrace it, to let it shape you, not break you. Stop seeing failure as the end and start seeing it as the beginning. Here's another thing people realize far too late: nobody is coming to save you. It's on you. Your dreams, your goals, your vision, it's your responsibility. You can blame the world, your circumstances, or your past, but at the end of the day, your life is built by the choices you make. You can be the victim, or you can be the victor. The choice is yours. Now let's get real about relationships. The people you surround yourself with, they're either lifting you up or dragging you down. You can't afford to keep people in your life who don't believe in you, who don't challenge you to be better. Find your tribe. Surround yourself with people who see the greatness in you, even when you don't see it in yourself. Here's a big one: health. It's easy to take it for granted until you don't have it anymore. The late nights, the fast food, the stress, you can't outrun the consequences forever. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. You don't get a do-over when it comes to your health, so don't wait for a scare to start prioritizing it. And listen closely to this: happiness isn't something you find out there in the world. It's something you cultivate within. It's not in the job, the car, the house, or the title. If you can't find joy in the small things, you'll never find it in the big things. Gratitude, learn it, practice it, live it. That's where true happiness begins. We all need to talk about courage. Too many people live their lives afraid of judgment, afraid of failure, afraid of standing out. But let me tell you something: fear is a liar. It whispers in your ear, tells you to play it safe, to stay in your comfort zone. But greatness, it lives on the other side of fear. Take the risk, speak up, go after what you want. Life's too short to play small. And let's not forget purpose. Without it, life can feel like you're just going through the motions. You weren't put on this earth to just exist. You've got a gift, something only you can bring to the table. Don't let the noise of the world drown out your calling. Seek it out, and when you find it, hold on to it with everything you've got. Lastly, remember this: success isn't a destination. It's not a finish line you cross and suddenly you've made it. Success is in the journey, in the work you put in every single day. It's in the lessons you learn, the people you impact, and the legacy you leave behind. So keep pushing, keep striving, and never ever settle for less than you're capable. Life doesn't come with a manual, and sometimes the most profound lessons are the ones we learn too late. But what if we didn't have to? What if we could start today, right now, and pay attention to what truly matters? That's what I want to talk about: lessons that most people learn only after years have passed. The goal isn't to overwhelm you, but to wake you up to truths that can change the way you live, the way you think, and the way you dream. First, let's start with time. Time is the one resource you can never get back. You can lose money and earn it again. You can rebuild relationships. But time, when it's gone forever. Too often, people spend their days waiting for the perfect moment, for the right opportunity, for when they feel ready. But let me tell you something: there's no such thing as the perfect time. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. The years will pass whether you act or not, so why not act now? Every second you spend procrastinating or second guessing yourself is a second you'll never get back. Don't just exist, live. Be intentional with your time, because when you look back, you won't regret the things you tried. You'll regret the things you didn't do. Now, let's talk about failure. This one scares people. It makes them hesitate, keeps them stuck in a loop of what ifs. But here's the thing, failure is not the enemy. It's a teacher. Every time you fail, you learn something you didn't know before. Think about a child learning to walk. Do they give up after falling once? No. They fall again and again until they master it. Why? Because failure isn't final. It's a stepping stone. Somewhere along the way, society taught us that failure is something to be ashamed of, something to avoid. But that's a lie. The truth is, every successful person you admire has failed many times. The difference is they didn't let failure stop them. They used it as fuel to keep going. So don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid of not trying. Here's a hard truth: nobody is coming to save you. It sounds harsh, but it's the reality. Your life is your responsibility. Your dreams, your goals, they're on you. Too many people wait for someone else to fix their problems, to give them a break, to pave the way for them. But that's not how life works. If you want something, you have to go out there and get it. Stop blaming your circumstances, your upbringing, or your past. Those things may shape you, but they don't define you. What defines you are the choices you make every day. Are you taking steps toward the life you want, or are you letting excuses hold you back? You can either be a victim of your circumstances or a victor over them. The choice is yours. And while we're on the subject of choices, let's talk about the people you choose to surround yourself with. The people in your life matter more than you realize. They either lift you up or drag you down. You've got to ask yourself who's in your corner. Are they people who encourage you, who challenge you to be better, who celebrate your victories? Or are they people who drain your energy, who belittle your dreams, who keep you stuck in the same place? It's a tough pill to swallow, but sometimes you have to let go of relationships that no longer serve you. It's not selfish, it's necessary. Because you can't grow into the person you're meant to be if you're surrounded by negativity. Find your tribe, the ones who see your potential even when you don't see it in yourself. Health. Let's not overlook this one. When you're young, it's easy to take your health for granted. You feel invincible, like nothing can touch you. But the choices you make today, what you eat, how much you move, how well you sleep, they catch up with you. Neglecting your health might not seem like a big deal now, but the consequences will show up later. And by then, it might be too late to reverse them. Your body is the vessel that carries you through life. Treat it with respect. Exercise, eat well, manage your stress, and prioritize rest. Don't wait for a health scare to start taking care of yourself. Your future self will thank you. Let's move to happiness. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that happiness is something external, something they can find out there in the world. They think it's in the next promotion, the bigger house, the fancy car. But those things, they're temporary. True happiness doesn't come from things, it comes from within. It's about being grateful for what you have, finding joy in the small moments, and learning to be content in the present. Gratitude is the key. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, your entire perspective changes. Stop chasing happiness and start creating it. Fear. It's a word that holds so much power over people. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping out of their comfort zone. But here's what you need to know: fear is a liar. It whispers in your ear, telling you to play it safe, to stay where you are. But the truth? Greatness lives on the other side of fear. You can't grow if you're not willing to take risks. You can't succeed if you're not willing to fail. And you can't live fully if you're always playing small. Whatever it is that scares you, face it. Push through it. Because on the other side of that fear is the life you've always wanted. Purpose. This is a big one. Too many people wander through life without a sense of direction, going through the motions, checking off boxes. But here's the thing: you weren't put on this earth to just exist. You were put here to make an impact, to leave the world a little better than you found it. Your purpose might not be clear right now, and that's okay. But don't stop searching for it. It's there, waiting for you to discover it. And when you do, hold on to it with everything you've got. Because living with purpose, that's what gives life meaning. And finally, success. People think success is a destination, a place they'll reach when they've achieved their goals. But success isn't a finish line, it's a journey. It's in the work you put in every day, in the lessons you learn along the way, in the lives you touch. Success isn't about the accolades or the material rewards, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about waking up each day with a sense of purpose, knowing that you're moving in the direction of your dreams. So, what's the takeaway from all this? It's simple. Life is happening now. Don't wait to start living it. Take these lessons to heart and use them to build the life you deserve. Because at the end of the day, the only person who can truly change your life is you. So go out there and make it happen. Life doesn't come with a manual, and there's no GPS guiding you to success. You can spend your days searching for the secret to a perfect life or hoping that someone else will give you the answers. But the truth is, those answers have always been inside you. The most important lessons in life are often the ones we learn too late after years of mistakes, missed opportunities, and unfulfilled potential. The problem is, we often don't pay attention to these lessons when they come knocking. So let me share with you some of those lessons, ones that can transform your life if you choose to listen. Time is the one resource that none of us can afford to waste. No matter how much money you make, no matter how many possessions you accumulate, there's one thing that's irreplaceable: time. Once it's gone, you can't get it back. But here's the catch: most people spend their time like it's an endless supply, thinking they have all the time in the world. They'll say, I'll start tomorrow, or I'll do it when the time is right. But the truth is, tomorrow isn't promised. Every second you waste is a second you can't reclaim. When you're young, you think you have all the time in the world. But the older you get, the more you realize how quickly time slips away. People often look back on their lives with regret, not about the things they did, but about the things they didn't do. The opportunities they missed because they were too afraid, too uncertain, or too focused on other people's expectations. Time is a one-way street and it's moving fast. Make sure that when you look back, you have no regrets. Live with intention, make your time count, and fill each day with purpose. You have the power to make every moment matter. One of the biggest reasons people fail to live the life they dream of is their fear of failure. Failure. It's that word that keeps so many people stuck in place, afraid to take a step forward because they're terrified of what might happen. But let me tell you something: failure is not your enemy. It's one of your greatest teachers. Think about it: how many successful people do you know who haven't failed? I'll tell you, none. Failure is part of the process. It's part of the journey. Nobody wakes up one day and magically becomes successful without falling on their face a few times first. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. You're not pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. And if you're not pushing yourself, you're not growing. Failure isn't the end. It's just the beginning of a new opportunity to learn. Every time you fail, you discover something new about yourself. You figure out what doesn't work and why. You gain experience that will make your next attempt even more successful. In fact, failure is often the thing that separates those who succeed from those who quit. Successful people don't see failure as a setback, they see it as a stepping stone to something greater. They embrace it, learn from it, and keep moving forward. So the next time you're faced with the possibility of failure, don't run from it. Run toward it. Failure is not something to be feared, it's something to be embraced. If you're afraid to fail, it means you're not taking enough risks. And if you're not taking risks, you're never going to achieve the success you're capable of. Now, let's talk about responsibility. This one's tough for some people to hear, but it's the truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life you want on a silver platter. If you want something, you've got to go out and get it. The truth is, most people live their lives waiting for something or someone to change their circumstances. They blame their parents, their upbringing, their job, the economy, or the people around them. They wait for the right opportunity to fall in their lap, but life doesn't work that way. The truth is, you're the one responsible for your life. You're the one who has to take action. Think about it: the people you admire, the ones who've built incredible lives for themselves, didn't sit around waiting for someone to rescue them. They didn't sit in their comfort zones hoping that things would magically get better. They took responsibility for their lives, even when things weren't easy. They figured out what they wanted, took bold action toward it, and didn't let obstacles or setbacks stop them. You can't wait for the perfect circumstances to begin working towards your goals. You have to start where you are with what you have. It's not about waiting for someone else to change your situation. It's about you taking ownership of your life and your future. If you want change, you have to create it. Think about your goals and dreams. Are you actively working toward them, or are you waiting for the perfect time? The time is now. Don't wait for someone else to make it happen. You have everything you need to get started. If you want change, be the change. Another important lesson that comes far too late for many people is the realization that the people you surround yourself with will have a profound impact on your life. They can either lift you up or drag you down. Think about the people in your life. Are they the ones who inspire you, challenge you to be better, and cheer you on when you succeed? Or are they the ones who belittle your dreams, put you down when you fail, and make you doubt yourself? The people you choose to spend your time with will shape your future. If you're surrounded by negativity, that negativity will seep into your own thoughts and actions. But if you surround yourself with people who lift you up, who believe in you, and who push you to be the best version of yourself, you'll be unstoppable. That doesn't mean you should cut everyone out of your life who doesn't agree with you or challenge you to grow, but it does mean you need to be intentional about who you allow into your inner circle. Your time is precious, and the energy of the people around you can either fuel you or drain you. Choose wisely. Let's talk about health for a moment. When we're young, we think we're invincible. We push our bodies to the limit, skip sleep, eat poorly, and ignore the signs our bodies give us. But your body is the only one you've got. It's your most valuable asset, and if you don't take care of it, it will eventually fail you. Too many people wait until their health is compromised before they make changes. They don't think about their health until they're faced with a serious diagnosis or an injury. But by then, it might be too late. It's much easier to prevent health problems than it is to fix them once they've taken hold. Your health is your foundation. If you don't take care of your body, you won't have the energy, the focus, or the strength to pursue your dreams. Don't wait until it's too late. Start making healthy choices today, whether it's exercising more, eating better, sleeping enough, or managing your stress. Your body is your vehicle for living the life you want. Treat it with the respect it deserves. Happiness is another topic that people often get wrong. Too many people spend their lives chasing after external things, money, possessions, status, thinking that those things will bring them happiness. But happiness doesn't come from things, it comes from within. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have peace of mind, joy, and gratitude, it won't matter. True happiness isn't about what you have, it's about how you see the world. It's about appreciating the little things, being grateful for what you have, and finding joy in the present moment. If you're always chasing after the next big thing, you'll never be satisfied. But if you learn to appreciate what you have right now, you'll find happiness in the journey, not just the destination. Fear holds many people back from reaching their potential. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough. But fear is an illusion. It's something that exists only in your mind. Fear is what keeps you from taking risks, from stepping out of your comfort zone, and from going after what you really want. The truth is, fear is there to protect you, but it often keeps you from living fully. The more you let fear control you, the more you stay stuck in the same place. But the more you push through fear, the more you'll realize that it's just a roadblock, not a permanent barrier. If you want to live a fulfilling life, you've got to be willing to take risks. You've got to be willing to step into the unknown, to face your fears, and to move forward anyway. On the other side of fear lies freedom, the freedom to be yourself, to live authentically. You see, life is like a fight. And in a fight, you don't always win every round. But it's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. You got to be willing to take the punches, face the setbacks, and keep moving forward. You can't let the challenges break you. You have to learn to fight for what you want in this life, your dreams, your happiness, your success. There will be days when you feel like quitting, when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, when everything seems impossible. But I'm here to tell you that you are tougher than you think. The strength you need isn't out there, it's within you. It's that fire, that willpower, that determination to keep going no matter what. You are capable of more than you give yourself credit for. You've got greatness inside you, but you've got to believe it, act on it, and never let anyone or anything make you doubt your power. And let's not sugarcoat it. The road to success isn't a straight line. It's messy. It's full of bumps, detours, and obstacles. There's no shortcut to where you want to go. You've got to put in the work every single day, even when it's hard, even when you don't see immediate results. This is where most people quit. They think it's too much. They think it's not worth it. They think they're not making progress. But listen to me, you're making progress even when you don't feel it. It's the small steps, the daily grind, the effort you put in when no one's watching. That's what will pay off in the end. I want you to remember something: success doesn't come easy. Now, let me talk to you about your legacy, because that's what it all comes down to. When it's all said and done, when you're looking back on your life, what do you want to be remembered for? It's easy to get distracted by the noise of the world, by the distractions, the superficial things. But none of that matters in the end. What matters is the impact you had on others. How did you make people feel? Did you inspire them? Did you help them see their own potential? Did you make the world a better place by being in it? That's your legacy. And you build it not by chasing fame or fortune, but by staying true to your purpose, by making a difference, and by living with integrity. There's no time to waste, my friend. We've got one shot at this life. So stop holding back. Stop letting fear and doubt control you. Stop listening to the naysayers who tell you what you can't do. You've got one life to live, one shot to make an impact, one chance to become the person you were meant to be. Don't waste it waiting for permission. Don't waste it trying to fit into someone else's idea of success. Create your own path. Define your own success. And don't let anyone or anything stand in your way. Too many people spend their lives playing small, playing it safe. They're afraid to make bold moves, to take risks, to step outside their comfort zone. But here's the reality: if you want to achieve something extraordinary, you've got to be willing to take that leap. You've got to be willing to risk it all, to put everything on the line for what you believe in. That's how you create greatness. You don't play small to make others comfortable. You rise, you push, and you go after what you want. Because no one's going to hand it to you. If you want it, go get it. Look, nobody's going to tell you that this is easy. Nobody's going to tell you that the road won't get tough, that the journey won't challenge you. But I will tell you this: you are tougher than you think. You have everything you need within you to overcome every challenge, to face every fear, to push through every barrier. The power to change your life is in your hands. The only question is, are you ready to do what it takes? You are not defined by your mistakes. You are not defined by your failures. You are defined by your resilience, your ability to keep going, your willingness to rise after every fall. Life is going to test you. People will doubt you. But the most important thing is what you believe about yourself. You have to know deep down in your heart that you are capable of greatness. You have to know that no matter what happens, you will never give up. That's the attitude that will carry you to success. That's the mindset that will help you push through when everyone else is ready to quit. So as you leave here today, I want you to remember this: the world is full of people who are waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for everything to align, waiting for someone else to take the lead. But you don't wait. You act. You take control of your life. You don't wait for life to give you permission. You give yourself permission to be great. You give yourself permission to rise above, to go after your dreams, and to make your mark on the world. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for a sign. The time is now. You are enough. You are capable. And it's your time to rise. Sure, I will provide you with a concluding section that expands on the themes from the previous sections and ties them together in a powerful motivational style, while also drawing upon all the earlier concepts. This conclusion will not only wrap up the points covered, but also encourage further action and reflection. The journey to living fully, embracing the life you were meant to lead. As we reach the final stretch of this discussion, it's time to bring it all together. The ideas, the lessons, the truths shared are not simply words, they are a call to action. I want you to take a moment and really think about what it all means. You've heard the advice, you've absorbed the wisdom, but now it's time to do something with it. It's time to stop letting life pass you by, waiting for the right time, waiting for the perfect moment. The truth is, there is no perfect moment, the moment is now. Your life is happening right in front of you, and every decision, every action you take is either bringing you closer to the person you're meant to be or pulling you further away from it. Every day, every hour, every minute that you spend wondering whether you have what it takes, wondering if you're capable, is time you can't get back. You've been given a gift, the gift of life. You've been entrusted with an opportunity that others never get the chance to write your own story. So what are you going to do with that story? Are you going to play small, or are you going to step up, take charge, and make it count? It's not going to be easy. No one said it would be. But nothing worth having ever comes easily. And the truth is, if you want something badly enough, if you want to leave a legacy, if you want to build a life full of meaning and purpose, you have to be willing to put in the work. When you face obstacles, and you will face them, remember that these obstacles aren't there to break you. They're there to shape you, to teach you what you're made of. Every struggle is an opportunity to rise, to test your strength, and to prove to yourself that you have the resilience to keep going. That's what life is about. It's not about the setbacks, it's about how you respond to them. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you react. You can choose to let it define you in a negative way, or you can choose to let it fuel your fire. When you choose to fuel your fire, when you choose to rise above, you begin to step into your power. Think about the people you admire. Do they just sit around waiting for opportunities to come to them? No, they create those opportunities. They don't wait for someone to hand them success on a silver platter. They've learned to embrace every challenge and every failure as a stepping stone to something greater. And here's the kicker, so can you. You are just as capable. You have within you the same strength, the same drive, the same potential. The only thing standing in your way is your own self-doubt and fear. I want you to stop for a second and really think about your dreams. I don't mean the vague dreams or the ones you think are impossible. I mean the dreams that live deep inside of you, the ones that keep you up at night. The dreams that you've tucked away because you thought they were too big, too bold, too out of reach. Now, I want you to take those dreams and throw away any limitations you've placed on them. Stop thinking about why they can't happen and start thinking about how they will happen. Don't let fear or doubt convince you otherwise. You are the only person standing between you and your dream. The only way to make that dream a reality is to take action. No one else can do it for you. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind of life, the obligations, the responsibilities, the distractions. But remember, life is not just about surviving. It's about thriving. It's about living fully, boldly, and unapologetically. You owe it to yourself to live the life you were meant to lead. You were not meant to merely exist. You were meant to make an impact. And that impact starts with the choices you make today. So, as we bring this conversation to a close, I want to ask you one question. What will you do with your time? You've heard me talk about how precious time is and how it waits for no one. The clock is ticking, and every day that passes is another day you can never get back. So I ask again, what will you do with your time? Will you waste it worrying about things you can't control, or will you use it to create the future you want? Will you let fear hold you back, or will you use it as a catalyst to push you forward? The choice is yours. Here's what I know for sure: the moment you decide to stop waiting for things to change, the moment you take responsibility for your life and your future, is the moment everything shifts. It's the moment you step into your power. It's the moment you stop being a spectator in your own life and start being the main character. But that requires courage. It requires you to step out of your comfort zone and take risks. It requires you to be bold and unapologetic in the pursuit of your dreams. Let me tell you something else. There will be people who don't understand your journey. There will be people who doubt you, who criticize you, who tell you that you can't do it. But you have to understand this, those people don't get to decide your worth. You do. Don't let anyone's opinion define who you are or what you're capable of. You know what you're capable of, and you are capable of greatness. Don't let anyone take that belief away from you. Life is too short to live in fear, to live for the approval of others, or to let doubts and insecurities hold you back. You were born to stand out, to take risks, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. You were born to create a legacy, to inspire others, and to live a life of purpose and passion. But it's up to you to make that happen. So as you go forward from here, I want you to keep one thing in mind: the time to start is now. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Don't wait until you're ready, because you'll never feel ready. You've got everything you need within you to make your dreams a reality. The key is to start and to keep going, even when it gets tough, because the road to success is not a straight line. It's full of twists and turns, challenges and setbacks. But if you stay committed, if you stay focused on your goal, you will reach it. And when you do, you'll realize that all those struggles, all those setbacks, all those fears and doubts, they were all part of the process.